that does put a little hint in our plan.
No, it puts a spanner in the works.
No, it puts
I've never heard hick.
There's a hick in our plan, that's a saying.
I don't think it is.
Gotta sit.
Hi everyone and welcome back. We're sorry we missed last week. If you didn't, we did put up a short last week explaining everything that's happened, but a quick recap is we are in Topor and we are now staying in Topor until December.
Yep.
Michael has got a job.
I am a bartender, waiter in a bar restaurant and I'm loving it.
And we have got house sits now up until November.
Yes.
So that has just really worked out well for us. To save on money, we are going to be just staying in Topor now until December when Michael's family come over from Australia and England to spend Christmas and the New Year with us. But it kind of messes up the plan of doing the TA in October. So we made the financial decision and we think the mature thing
That's
to
so
do,
smart.
Yeah.
We don't do smart.
We thought the mature thing to do would be to not start the TA in October because this technically holiday we're having with Michael's family is going to cost us quite a bit of money.
Yes.
They're a bit more bougie than we are. So we figured that the best and most mature thing to do would be to stay in Topor, seeing as Michael has work, and work up until they get here.
Yep.
Now, we are still going to be doing the TA. However, what is going to happen is that we are going to be doing it in the end, basically the plan is to start it on the 1st of February.
Yeah.
And we are just going to be doing the South Island for now. That is the plan. We'll see how it goes.
For those of you that are thinking, well, I had them down as only doing one island, or damn it, I had them doing the whole thing, just hold on to your bets for a little while, okay?
Yeah, nothing
they'll still be valid.
Nothing has been 100% decided yet. We're just going with the flow.
The Insta360 Flow.
Yeah, the Insta360 Flow, which is what this video is really about. We have gone and bought ourselves a brand new toy.
So let's just recap. We said we were being smart financially.
So we went and bought
the
expensive
Insta360
gimbal.
Flow. But we did want to buy this in the UK and we both agreed that we shouldn't because of money.
Yeah, we didn't want to waste money.
No, we just spent a lot of money on my phone and things to go with it. So we thought, no, let's not do it. We don't need it. And just, you know, with me working the hours that I have, my claim is settled. So we've just come into a bit more money than we were expecting. And we thought, do you know what? Let's treat ourselves.
And we realised pretty quickly being in New Zealand that we regretted not having it.
Yeah, as good as the footage has been,
I'm sure you would all agree.
it could have been better.
It could have been better and more steady.
Yeah, we've already, you know, having played about with the Insta360 Flow, we've already thought there were so many other things that we could have captured in places like the Pinnacles or Mount Maunganui.
So we are not techie people in the slightest.
Me, much less so.
Yeah, we're not techie people, but we figured we would kind of give a layman's review of the Insta360 Flow. The Insta360 Flow.
We've gone through a couple of tripods literally just in the last couple of months being here in New Zealand. One of them broke, it just completely snapped, and one of them just kept on falling over under the weight of my phone. This one has, the Insta360 Flow has a built-in tripod which so far has managed to handle the weight of my phone. It's also got a built-in selfie stick, so for when we are walking out and about and we want the camera on us both or just on one of us, it's so easy just to set it up.
It also has a 12-hour battery life, which means it should last all day, but it only takes 2 hours to charge, and I did test that. We had about 25% capacity when we got it out the box, and literally within 45 minutes it was fully charged. So I was like, wow, like super fast charging.
The Insta360 Flow is a gimbal, so it cancels out sort of shakes in the footage. You know, if you're out walking, and you know, really cancels out those movements, just makes everything flow a lot nicer.
I think one of the most useful aspects though of the gimbal itself is that the Insta360 has got tracking, AI tracking, so you can just draw a box around the face and it will track the face. You can also activate the camera by raising your hand, and that will start the camera playing and also track your face as well, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, and I can safely say this, that when we are out filming together, if Maria's behind the camera, I don't always know that she's pressed record, and she will just get antsy waiting for me and I might not be ready. So if I can control it and vice versa with Maria, I think we won't argue as much.
We'll still argue. So there are 4 settings on the Insta360 Flow, which you can change by just swiping across the little trackpad on the front, and the light will show you the different ones that you are, the different setting that you are on. So I'm gonna have to read this. So there is auto, which is one we use at the most. It's beginner friendly and it just automatically adjusts the gimbal. So that's kind of just the easiest one to use. Then you have follow. It responds closely to your movements for a more precise control. Great for shooting vertically from the view of a subject. Then you've got pan follow, which is the PF, which is horizontal shooting. It's better for horizontal shooting. And then you've got the FPV, which is you take full control of it and it can simulate drone-like movements.
Now that is going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be fun. We don't know how to use those settings yet. So it's going to be a lot of experimenting and learning, learning how to do it. But hopefully we'll get the hang of it. Hopefully we'll get the hang of it.
The user experience is fantastic. I mean, we don't have to touch the phone, as long as if the phone is unlocked, which it will be because it'll be in the Insta360 Flow app, the camera app. You don't have to touch your phone. So whether it's all the way up here in selfie stick mode or on the tripod like it is now, we don't have to touch a thing.
One of the things you do need to have though when you get the Insta360 Flow is you do have to download the Insta360 app to do a lot of the things in it. So like the tracking and the manually changing the camera, the ISO and the shutter speed. You can control all of that, but you have to do it within the app. So the app has a load of different functions that you can use.
First setting we are going to talk about is the panorama photo. So the first option is a 3x3 panorama photo. It basically means that the Insta360 Flow will take 9 images 3x3 and it will basically merge them all together. The second panorama option is the 180 degree image. I think that's the basic setting that you'll find on most iPhones. The one after that is 240 degrees and then it goes all the way up to 360 degrees. And that's where we kind of regret not having this sooner. So for example, our Pinnacles hike, it would have been fantastic to have put the Insta360 Flow right on top of the main pinnacle and set it up for 360, but we live and learn.
The next setting is photo. Now, it just takes a normal photo. However, you do have the ability to control, like I said, the ISO and the shutter speed. You also have the ability to take a photo using the same tracking system as the video camera has right now. So if you put your hand up, it will track your face, count down from 3 and take your photo, which means you've got a way to take hands-free photos. You basically don't need someone else anymore.
I am obsolete.
Michael has become useless. The next setting is just basic video, which we have gone over. You then have time lapse and time shift. They're pretty much the same thing. However, time lapse, it does allow you to pick the intervals of when the pictures are being taken and then how long you wanted to record for, which I think is going to be really useful because Michael loves a good time lapse of a sunrise or a sunset.
Sunrise if we're up for it.
But it also allows you to pick a movement, so you can either have it standing still or you can have it where it slowly pans from like left to right or right to left, or you can even like customize it. There then is slow motion, which is just normal slow motion. There is dolly zoom. So dolly zoom, you draw a square around the person's face or the object, and as you move back, you have to do it quite swiftly.
Yeah, we tried to be too smart. We tried to take it really slowly, make an effort to not move the Insta360 at all, but it was too juddery.
It was too juddery, not because of the movement, but because we were just moving too slowly backwards. You have to do it quite fast paced, but the dolly zoom will keep your subject the same size, but will zoom in the background, which isn't going to be something we use all the time.
No, probably not. But
on
there will
special
be
occasions,
times,
yeah, there will be certain times when you've got like an amazing backdrop, you want to like zoom in. That would be really cool.
The next setting is widescreen mode. Now, we've not really had much time using that option. On the iPhone, you'd probably just use 0.5, but in this you can still be on 1 and it will still capture more of what you see. But yeah, we'll have a bit more of a play around that in the future. The next setting is live mode. Again, we've not really spent much time on this. We believe it's where it will record you and track you while you're live streaming. But again, we'll have a look at that in more depth another time. And then finally, we have hoop mode.
It basically tracks people while you're playing basketball, or like I guess tracks the ball while you're playing basketball, and you have an option for half court or full court. We're probably never going to use it.
No.
But
is it just basketball?
It is literally just basketball. Yeah, hoop mode.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I guess the one good thing about there being hoop mode is that it does allow you to pick in the options for your tracking sensitivity action mode, which means that you can track faster moving things than you would be able to typically. So for example, if we're like outside playing with the dogs and they run really quickly, they can sometimes get lost in the tracking system because it's not on the setting to make it sensitive enough to track the dog. Whereas if we have it on action mode, it can quickly move. The gimbal can like quickly move around.
Yeah, maybe it'll be fast enough to catch us walking up a mountain.
Nah, we'll be too quick. But that is our kind of
simpleton
version. Review of the Insta360 Flow. We have got lots of exciting things coming up though, so please make sure to come back next week for our Hobbiton.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
Our Hobbiton
just
video.
Hoping the weather is good. I'm hoping the weather's good.
It's going to be really exciting,
Yeah.
so make sure you come back next week for that. And make sure to like,
subscribe,
and turn on those notifications.
because we're here for you every Monday.